Today, we're going to talk about the evolution of project management because, it's really changed. It's gone from these super rigid plans and processes to something way more dynamic and, honestly, a lot more focused on what actually matters. So if I say project management, and the first thing that pops into your head is one of those crazy complex Gantt charts, with all the bars mapping out every single task, well, you're not alone. But that picture, it's pretty outdated. Modern project management is so much less about just hitting dates and budgets and way more about delivering real, actual value in a world that's, well, messy. So where does this big change really begin? Well, it has to start with the person in charge, right? The project manager. Their job has gotten a whole lot bigger in some really interesting ways.
And check out the language here. This is from the PMBOK guide, which is basically the Bible for this profession. Notice it doesn't say anything about organizing tasks or tracking progress. No, it's talking about being a strategist, a change manager, a value driver. The whole expectation has shifted from being an amazing organizer to being an amazing leader.
Let's break that down a bit. First up, a skilled strategist. This is someone who's always asking, hey, does this project we're working on actually line up with the company's big picture goals? Then they have to be a change manager, because let's face it, every single project introduces some kind of change. It's their job to help everyone navigate that. And maybe most importantly, they're a value driver. They're obsessed with the benefits the project brings, not just, checking boxes off a list. This new kind of PM is really built on a huge shift in thinking. We're moving away from these rigid, follow-the-recipe plans, and instead, we're embracing a set of core principles to guide how we work. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The old way was all about, are we following the plan exactly as it's written? It was all about compliance. The new way asks a totally different question. Are we doing the right thing to deliver value? It's like swapping out a fixed turn-by-turn roadmap for a compass that helps you make good decisions no matter what the terrain looks like. So, what's one of these principles actually look like? Well, here's a big one. Be an accountable leader. This means taking real ownership. It's not just about getting a task done on time. It's about being responsible for the outcome. Did that task actually help us hit our business goals? That's what matters. And another huge principle is all about building an empowered culture. This is the human side of everything. You can have the best process in the world, but success really comes from creating an environment of trust, a place where teams can collaborate, speak up, and bring their best ideas to the table to solve tough problems together. Okay, so if we're working with principles instead of rigid plans, how do we actually do the work? Well, modern project management gives us two main playbooks to choose from: the predictive approach and the adaptive approach. Now, the predictive approach is probably what you think of as classic project management. You plan everything up front because you know exactly what you need to do. Think about building a house from a detailed blueprint. The requirements are clear, they're not going to change. The adaptive approach, though, that's built for uncertainty. The plan actually evolves in short cycles or iterations based on feedback. The perfect example is building a new software app. You release a version, see what users think, and then you adapt your plan for the next release. And this little loop is really the engine of any adaptive method. You work in short sprints, or time boxes. You plan a small bit of work, the team goes and does it. You review that work with the people who matter, and then, and this is the most important part, you adapt. You adjust your plan for the next cycle based on what you just learned. The entire system is designed to help you learn and respond to change as you go. All right, so to make all this agile, collaborative work actually happen, modern teams have some pretty specific tools and techniques in their back pocket. Let's look at just a few. Cloud collaboration tools. These are non-negotiable now, especially with so many teams working from all over the place. Then there's something called backlog refinement. It's basically just constantly grooming your project's to-do list, making sure the most important thing is always right at the top, ready to go. And finally, the daily coordination meeting, or the daily stand-up. It's a super quick 15-minute meeting every day to see where things are and, crucially, to call out anything that's getting in the team's way. Which brings us to our last and honestly most important point. All of these changes, the new role of the project manager, the shift to principles, these new adaptive methods, they're all serving one single ultimate goal. The goal is no longer just about finishing on time, on budget, and within scope. Yeah, those things are still important, but they are not the real finish line. The real finish line is creating sustainable value. And value is a big word. It's financial, of course, things like cost savings or more revenue, but it's also operational, like making things more efficient. It's organizational, happier employees, smarter decisions. It's about the customer. Are they more satisfied? And it can even be social, like meeting sustainability goals. A truly successful project delivers this kind of value long, long after the last task is done. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. It's a simple gut check for any project you're part of. Are you just going through the motions to get things done? Or are you on a path to creating something that actually creates lasting value? Answering that, well, that's the heart of modern project management.